Shining bright, sunshine in the sky. Megan and Tammy here to testify, spreading love, laughter and good vibes too. The Fat Girl Chronicles, we're breaking through. No more.
Welcome! My name's Tammy.
And I'm Megan.
And together we are
The Fat Girl
Flippers. And this is the Fat Girl Chronicles, our podcast.
Yes.
And Megan's going to tell you a little bit more about our YouTube channel.
Yeah, so if you are watching us on YouTube right now and you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit the bell so that way whenever our beautiful faces pop up in a new video, you'll be reminded. On the flip side, if you don't really like to watch us visually, which is fair.
I can't understand why that would be the case.
Totally fair. If you listen to us in the car, what have you, we are on all podcast streams, or most of them. Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, I'm sure there's a Google one too. We're on those, so feel free to just listen to our audio if that's your jam. Absolutely. And feel free also to comment on our videos or podcasts. We like when we get comments too. Yeah. I do want to say quickly that the last two podcasts have been very deep and emotional, but very valuable and healing for both of us. Mm-hmm. But today we are actually going to be talking about something a little bit more chipper. Tammy, if you want to do the honors.
This year for Christmas, I got a very, very meaningful gift from Megan. I don't know if you can see this, but it says Girls Trip 2025, 2 nights, Megan and Tammy, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, or PEI. Admit one. So, I have the certificate. We have also determined when we are going, or not the actual dates, but we have determined that we will be going sometime after May.
Yeah. Yep.
And we will be going to either New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, or PEI.
Yeah.
Probably not PEI.
Probably. Yeah, we're not like a big fan.
We're not PEI fans. It's too expensive and they have to pay for that.
Although we have some people we love in PEI.
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking, we don't.
There's some good thrifting in PEI though. That we have not done that yet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like PEI is pretty, but I don't think we probably end up going to New Brunswick or staying within the province.
Of course, we must go somewhere that there's good thrifting.
Although, if we do go to PEI, we should go visit Sue.
Oh yeah.
That's one thing. Like if we do, and actually last time I went to PEI,
I know where
did
Sue
a delivery.
lives.
Yeah, I did a delivery to her house.
Okay.
Yeah. So that might be interesting, I guess.
Yeah, so we were looking to just chat about this, throw some ideas around, because besides this and knowing the time frame, we really haven't narrowed anything down. That we usually do this every year. We usually take a little trip. Last year we went where?
Oh yeah, we should recount what we
was done. It last year, or did we go anywhere last year? Because I don't think we went anywhere last year because of the tiny house
situation.
Yeah, I don't think we went anywhere.
We were going to go somewhere, but it got canceled. We were gonna do that. We were gonna combine it with the surfing.
Oh yeah,
we were gonna do the surfing thing,
but the surfing thing got canceled last year. Yes.
Because I remember looking at Airbnbs for that time.
Yes. Yeah, which was in, I believe, August of last year, but the hurricane came.
Yeah. So what have we done?
So, first of all, I would like to say that our budget is going to be as small as possible, and we want Airbnb. We always look to try and find a cheap. The last excursion that we went on was to.
Was it the one in
down country there, by Kedgie?
Was it the Kedgie one?
That was our last overnight trip together.
It wasn't the Pugwash one?
The stinky eggs?
Yeah.
I don't think so. What?
No.
I don't know. I don't think.
You sure?
I don't think so.
When did we do the stinky egg one? Oh my god,
That
you
was
should tell that story.
That was a winter thing, remember? Because it snowed.
Oh, I remember.
Oh yes, that story. Okay, well you can explain about where it was, and I'll explain about what happened.
So it was down like Pugwash Way, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, on the North Shore.
Yeah, so it was a snowstorm that day when we went down. So it was cute enough. We watched Jeopardy. We got local pizza, and then the day. Like, because we always go, like, Friday and then Saturday and then we leave Sunday. On Saturday, we did a bunch of thrifting. We went to New Brunswick, actually.
Yep.
Went all the way to New Brunswick. And we hit up a bunch of Frenchies and things like that. And that was really fun.
And then, when we were having our pizza, Megan always drinks 7-Up Zero.
Yeah.
Or Sprite Zero, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not a pop drinker, never have been, so I always drink water, but I forgot to get a bottle of water. So I'm like, oh, I'll just drink the water from the tap. Well, I had a big swig of it. I thought I smelled something funny. Put it down on the table. Had another drink of it. Still thought I smelled something funny, but it didn't taste funny. So, that was okay.
I'm done. You want me to tell the rest of it?
Yes.
Okay, so... And you had a shower. We had showers in it and stuff.
Yeah, and it was stinky in the shower.
Yeah, so once we had showers, we started to notice it smelled like egg.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, we're like showering. You've had, at this point, multiple glasses of water.
Yeah.
And we're driving home. And...
You have to laugh.
Oh my god, this is so funny.
The look on Megan's face.
Okay, so we're driving home, and... I smell egg, all of a sudden I'm like, gross. And then I'm like, okay, just whatever. And it happens a couple more times, and I'm just like, at this point I'm breathing through my mouth. And then we're silent, and then all of a sudden Tammy goes, are you farting? And I'm like, no, honey, that's coming from you. And so we realized she was burping, like egg.
Silent burping, but it was like, anyway. It was like I was overcome by the most toxic, sulfuric stuff coming out of my body. And I'm like, I can't believe this is me. Because I've never had that happen. And Megan's got all the windows rolled down. And I think it's November.
Oh my god, but it was so funny. She was like, do you keep farting?
Because I smelled it, but I didn't think it was me. I was like, that can't possibly be me. Anyway, it was rank.
And you got sick too, didn't you?
I did. I got sick and threw up, and I was actually sick for a couple days afterwards.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad.
Word to the wise. Do not drink the water in your Airbnb. Unless you know, well, just don't. Bring your own water.
But other than that, it was pretty cute.
Oh, it was a cute little Airbnb.
We watched a lot of Jeopardy because they just had like basic cable.
Yeah.
We watched Jeopardy and stuff.
The best times that Megan and I have are just chilling. Like where we don't have a specific agenda and we're both okay to just chill and hang out and read or watch TV or whatever. But I do remember our trip to Keji and we went down to the falls. That was the best.
Yeah, that was our best
Oh my
trip.
God.
Yeah.
That was the last time I walked.
I just can't believe that was our last trip because that was a what? I had gray hair.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
2 summers ago.
That was like a...
So 2.5 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the outdoor shower and stuff.
Yeah.
I
like,
loved
come
that.
this summer, it'll be 3 years.
That's
where we met Sid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, so that one we went, it was like Bridgewater area, that I think the actual
What was the
Airbnb.
name? We were swimming.
And it's funny
in
because they knew my family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like Bridgewater area, and it was like totally like solar power. It had a compostable toilet. Like it was like totally off.
I loved it. But
Yeah.
it was nice. Like they
was very
had
nice.
a beautiful bedroom and a nice like fold out futon in the living room. And
No, they had 2 bedrooms.
Did we have 2?
Yeah, we each had our own bedroom, unless you slept on the couch.
No, I slept on the couch.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, that futon thing that folded
okay.
out. Yeah, out in the living room. It was really comfy. Yeah, and the bathroom. Remember, the bathroom was beautiful.
Yeah, like it was really nice. It had it had an outdoor shower, which I loved. Yeah, like I found that trip was very healing.
It was because we did a lot of. Remember the night we went down to the lake, the lakeside, and it was just sunset, and we were just
Oh,
we
yeah.
just stood there,
Yeah.
and we met those ladies on the road, and we were
Yes.
talking to them,
Yes.
and they were out for a night walk, and we were asking them because we couldn't find the lake, like the place to. We found the lake, but we couldn't find the spot where everybody was going, where it was like beach.
Yeah.
So they informed us where the local beach spot was, and we knew it was late enough that, there wasn't going to be anybody there. So we got some beautiful pictures of
Yeah.
the lake, and we
It
just
was
kind
a
of stood
wonderful
there.
trip.
Yeah, and it was very healing. And it was the last time I walked, and I managed because I wanted to get over to the waterfalls to be able to see.
Yeah.
And I actually walked down and was able to sit with my feet in the water, which was
Yeah.
was really good.
Yeah. I don't know, I just feel that there's something when you kind of grow up being ashamed of your body, there's something so incredibly healing about being outdoors completely naked. So like when you're doing like the
Oh,
outdoor
that shower, yes.
like there's something so healing about being so vulnerable in nature without any clothes on, out for kind of, I mean, I would say the world to see, but not really, because like, I mean, the only thing that would see me is a deer. Like,
Was that the first outdoor shower you've ever?
yeah,
Yeah. See, I noticed that you really had an extreme
Experience to
with it, but
Yeah.
I had experienced them before, so
yeah, yeah. Like I would encourage anyone to, I don't know.
I was actually surprised that you loved it because Megan is kind of, I'm not going to say bougie, but Megan is a little more. She's not as outdoorsy as I am, so she's not as like camping would not be Megan's forte.
Yeah,
Me,
although I
I'd
do
say
like tenting.
yeah.
I do like tenting, but like not.
Sleeping on the ground, I'm talking about
Yeah.
hiking in, sleeping on the ground. No, that's not Megan's thing.
I don't like bugs.
No.
Not as scared as Kaya though.
Oh my god. Hi on the bugs.
But yeah, no, I just think, but I do think there's like an element of like being outdoors and completely like naked for somebody, maybe for anybody, but for me, kind
With
of
a
related
larger
back
body,
to,
yeah.
yeah, having so much shame, but then like standing there, yeah. I feel like in my lifetime, I'd like to go to like a nude beach.
I'd like to do that too.
I don't know why, but I feel like that's something I would like to do.
Well, maybe we should plan our trip around that.
Maybe.
Then
we should,
We could come back and report on that. Well, there's a new beach in Halifax, just outside of Halifax.
We should.
But I can't get on it. That's the problem.
I wonder if any of them are accessible.
No. No, the one outside of Halifax just has a little
Oh, really?
over the dune, yeah.
Yeah, because they'd probably want them hidden.
There is there is a nudist campground in PEI.
Really?
Yes. And they have like pools and things like that.
We should look into that.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be very interesting.
That would be.
This nudist campground, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is a family, like it's a family oriented campground.
We should do that.
Yeah. I'm in.
Okay. So if do you know where the campground is?
No, but I've just heard people talk about it before. I'm sure I could find out.
So Sue, if you're listening to this and you know,
Yeah.
we should look that up. Yeah.
Yeah. I will just look that up right now while we're talking.
Yeah. So I would love. Yeah. There's something about being naked out in the wilderness. I'm trying to think, what other trips did we do? I think those were our only. No, we didn't.
No, we've done a million other trips. We used to go all the time. We've done
Oh,
Yarmouth.
remember when we did
Oh yeah, here we are.
the Digby Fight?
Oasis Resort, Cavendish, Canada. Nudist, naturalist, nudist resort located in Cavendish, Prince Edward
We
Island.
should go.
Nestled in a secluded and fenced-in wooded area, the resort offers 3 well-furnished suites for your total relaxation. In 2005, we added a small campground and expanded the pool deck and grounds. Okay.
That would be so cool.
Heated swimming pool, hammocks, lounge chairs.
Okay.
There are 12 3-way sites for
Okay.
camping. So like power, water, and everything.
Thank God. So it'd have power and stuff?
Yeah, if we chose to take a tent and an air mattress.
Okay. Well, we'd probably, if they have cabins, we'd probably just stay at a cabin. That might be easier
They have
for...
suites, though. That's the.
Well, I can look into that because I'm thinking that might be easier for... This is us literally planning, guys. This is live.
I'm good with
Getting up and down, though.
off of one of the high air mattresses.
By the time the morning comes...
It'll be flat. We'll be on the ground.
You and I
I can
both
see
know.
me 1 o'clock in the morning with the pump plugged in, and Megan just snoring and the bed rising. I can see it. I seriously can see it.
Oh my God.
Because I cannot wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning with the princess on the ground. Because there might be a bug touch her butt. Okay, what is naturism, nudism? We adhere to the principles of the Federal Canadian Naturist. You can get a complete guide to naturism, nudism at Yes, they're Family Atmosphere Resort.
Okay.
Keep this in mind at all times. Refrain from intimate behavior in public.
Okay.
So don't be attacking me or anything.
I think about when that conversation we had in the car
What?
with Leo.
Oh! God love him. We're not bringing him.
Oh my gosh.
The Oasis Resort is not a clothing optional resort. This rule
Aw.
is to be respected with the exception of bad weather or sunburn. Women may wear shorts or bikini bottoms during menses. Nudity is required in the pool.
It's a requirement.
Yeah, you must use
Ooh.
a clean, dry towel to sit on when you
Fair.
are
Fair.
in the nude. Considerate nudists make this a general rule. Alcoholic beverages, there are plants, birds, and trees, wildlife to observe.
So like a regular campground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the one thing I don't like is that it's not optional.
The use of camera. What do you mean? In the pool?
Like, if I wanted to wear, like, my bikini bottoms and be topless, I can't do that.
Yes, you can. Because they don't know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm on a really heavy period right now.
You don't have to tell them anything. I'm sure people are not going to say anything.
Although I would like to be... This kind of looks interesting.
Mm-hmm. My fupa hangs over everything, so you'd never see anything anyway. And my boobs hang down. If I wore bikini bottoms, I'd be fine. I could just tuck my boobs into the bikini bottoms. Done.
Oh my god.
Saves having to roll them out and put them into something.
We should look at that, see what the reviews are and stuff.
I've heard good things. I know people who've gone there. I know people who've gone there and taken their children.
What an interesting place to take your kids. But you know what? Being naked is it should be so natural.
These are European people that I know that went.
Oh, okay.
Which there's more European, like it's more common in the European to find these places. 15 to 20 minute walk to the beach. We don't care about that because there's a pool. Awesome hiking and
I
biking.
prefer pool anyway.
Yeah, 10-minute drive to Green Gables House. Oh, I love Green Gables House. And the new Montgomery Theater.
Oh, look
Lots
at that.
of-
Maybe we're going to PEI, everyone.
Looks like it. We said we weren't going to PEI. Maybe we're.
Maybe we are.
Yeah, 30 minutes to our capital city of Charlottetown for thrift.
Woo!
Because they have good thrifting.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, isn't that interesting?
Bookmark it.
I won't. And I actually think there was another one.
Really?
The Naked Truth.
Oh.
Oh, this is Oh, I won't be able to read it because it's Saltscapes. Okay, so that was interesting. I'm going to see if there are, yes. Prince Edward Island Nude Beach. At the north end of the island is Blooming Point Beach at the east end of the national park. We went there because that's where the locals go. As we were walking down the beach, we started to notice people were not wearing bathing suits. We had no idea we had stumbled upon the nude beach. We tried not to stare and eventually turned around and headed back to the non-nude part of the beach. Very nice, fairly deserted beach with red clay sand. But that, I don't know if that's actually...
Huh. I think we should, like, seriously consider
Oh,
that.
I'm 100%. I'm just trying to find the actual...
Like-
oh, it says the property's been sold. The campground is no longer a
What?
naturist location. Oh, but that was 9 years ago. Maybe it's changed now.
Why would they still have that website up?
I don't know. What's it say?
PEI would be fun.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think where else. Oh, remember when we went to...
Any all-female friendly nude beaches.
Remember when we went to the resort that shall not be named?
Ugh.
So I'll tell you a funny story while she looks that up. So we went to this resort, and I'll just say it was very inaccessible on every which way. It was old, it was dirty, it was gross. And the funniest part was, so the beds were I don't know, coffins, but they were also 9 feet in the friggin' air. You had to climb on top, but then it was it'd be like laying in a hospital gurney.
Worse.
But high, so if you move, your ass is going to be on the floor and in pain.
I thought I was going to end up between the bed and that gigantic, they had this enormous, I don't know where they got it, this enormous credenza thing is all I can think of to call it, because it was not a dresser. It was gigantic. And it was beside my side of the bed, and there was about 6 inches between my bed and that thing. So I thought, if I roll this way, I'm either going to bounce and end up on top of Megan, or I'm going to end up squeezed in between the credenza and the bed, and I'm going to die down there because I'll suffocate. It was terrible.
So anyway, basically, we both went, but Tammy got picked up by somebody and was spending some time with someone while I got to the hotel. And I called Tammy, and she had thought I got into a car accident because I was so panicked. I was like, I don't think we can stay here, Tammy. I don't even know how this wheelchair is going to fit into our room, let alone how you're going to get in there. Because, of course, this was wintertime, and they've not salted, not done anything, and the only wheelchair accessible spot was around the back. So she had to go down a path full of ice, you can imagine, in a wheelchair. But anyway, that's besides the point. Once we got up there, we're in hysterics, laughing at the fact that this is beyond ridiculous. And all of a sudden we hear, and we're like, what is happening? So it went on and on and on, and it sounded very like this person was not well. So I called the front desk.
They were not well, all right.
I called the front desk, and I was like, there is somebody in the next room getting very, very, very sick. You may want to just go check on them, make sure they're not gonna be really not in a good position. And so anyway, she's like, okay, we'll check on it. And then a few minutes later, we heard the knock, 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 knock on their door, and Buddy answers, and he's like, yeah, what do you want? And he's clearly intoxicated, which all power to you, but we're just worried about you. And the employee was like, we just got a call that you're getting really sick, just want to check in, make sure everything's okay. And his response was, yeah, I'm good. And then it was silent for a few seconds, and then he was like, what time does the bar close? We're like, dude, you've had enough. I think you've had enough. Oh my gosh. And then we were going to go to the spa because they had this beautiful spa. And one thing we were excited about was they were supposed to have a pool outside. It was cool because it was an outdoor pool.
A heated pool in the wintertime. Imagine.
So when we called the desk, because this place was so inaccessible, we were like, we have a wheelchair. We want to make sure if we do this steep incline to the spa that it'll be worth her almost dying. And so she was like, yeah, I think it should be fine. It was not fine. We get to the spa. We barely get into the spa because the lip was so big. You get in, and then when we get to the pool...
Sheer ice.
Well, she opens... So it's in a gate, and she opens the gate, and she's like, no, it's like a little slippery. As she's like... She might as well have been wearing skates because they didn't put anything on the like pool side.
The pool deck, which is concrete,
was covered a sheet of ice.
Sheet of ice.
Like
no salt, no like nothing to, you know.
Like, could you imagine?
No, nothing to give it a little bit of... the girl was standing there like, obviously she couldn't even stand up straight. She was trying to like hover.
Yeah, the wheelchair may work. I just pictured the wheelchair going...
right into the water. So then she's like, do you need some assistance? By this time I'm pissed off. No. And I'm telling you, and I'm not exaggerating when I say the path that they had cleared straight down this steep hill was literally less than 2 feet wide. So every turn of my wheels, a wheel would go off the path. Think those small patio blocks. That's what it was. I don't even know if they're 12 inches, 18 inches. I think they're 18 inches, those patio blocks. That's what it was. That path was patio blocks.
Oh, it was so bad.
Oh my God, it was horrendous.
It was so bad. So we stayed one day. We were supposed to stay 2.
It's so scary. Like she says it was scary, but imagine being in a wheelchair and at any time you're going down, you feel like you could be catapulted into the snowbank.
So bad. It was actually so bad. But the moment that broke me was that she's like holding towels because she's in a spa. So she's like washing towels. And she's like, as if she were wearing skates, just sliding on this like, oh, it's just a little slippery. The wheelchair should work. Do you need some assistance? And I'm thinking, I don't know.
Besides that, I'm going to say, it was effing
cold.
Freezing in there.
But like anyone who doesn't know, like wheelchair, those electric wheelchairs, like they don't come with studs. They're not like regular car wheels.
Not like I had my chains on that day.
I would have just went.
I literally, because there was the way they had it was to go into the pool. There was a little ramp up and then a little ramp down, so that you'd be on the pool deck. But there was only maybe a 3-foot stretch of once you crossed that ramp to the pool. Like there was a very narrow.
So bad.
Oh my God!
It shouldn't have even been like it would have been. It would have been
a hazard to anyone.
Well, I said to the worker like, this is like a safety thing for you guys. Like, could you imagine running around trying to get towels like to and from places? In that you'd be slipping in. Oh my God! It was so bad. Yeah, that was a bad one.
So us being proactive, we actually asked to speak to the manager before we left.
And we left a day early.
He would not look me in the eye. He would not. He spoke to Megan the entire time. He would not look me in the eye. He would not acknowledge that I was there. And some people do that out of shame because you're in the wheelchair and they know that their facility is not what they say it is.
Yeah, we got refunded, thank goodness. But it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then I remember we did, like, you came with me on a work trip to Yarmouth. And we spent the whole night. This is when you were, well, you are single now, but like, this is also a time when you were single. We spent that trip going through Tinder and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was so funny. We're talking to this guy and that guy.
No. I know, it was like,
trauma.
Scroll, say hi, wait for the dick pic, scroll left. It's true.
It's so true. Oh my God, we were just dying laughing.
You can literally say hi to someone and they'll be click. Next thing you know, you're looking at someone's junk, full on. And the last thing I want to see is your junk. Just so I'm putting that out there. If I want to see it, I will ask you to unwrap it like a present for me. But I don't want you to put it in a photograph and send it to me. Thanks anyway.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
yes.
We have had some funny adventures. And coming back, we've had weather too, because coming back from
I can remember.
Yarmouth, it was really bad rain.
Torrential rain. And anyone who knows Megan is not a fan of rain.
No.
Driving in the rain. Like
Like,
or any weather.
Literally the road. I came here today and you can't see the roads. Like they're covered in snow.
Yeah.
I'm more apt to drive in this weather
Than rain.
than like if it was like rain and wind, especially if there was wind with it.
And I'm scared too of the rain because of hydroplaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when my car broke down when we went to the
Oh,
valley.
and your mom rescued us.
We took my mom's car. That was another snowstorm too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was when the motor blew up or almost blew up.
Yes.
On the
Soul.
Blue Soul.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, the trips we had in that Blue Soul though, we went
I know.
so many places.
I know.
And the day we went and drove on the beach, I'll never forget that.
Yes. We took the Red Soul for that one.
Yes.
Yeah. That was fun. But we didn't care for the one in the Airbnb in the valley. They were kind of weird.
The one where he kept coming and checking all around the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
weird. And then he came in when the water went off and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Like, it was a beautiful spot, and it was cute, but it was just...
Vibe. It didn't feel like he... This could be just us, but it didn't feel fat-friendly,
No.
for one thing. The furniture was not fat-friendly.
No.
Nothing was fat-friendly. And he was not fat-friendly. You could tell.
No, and for me... Like, some people really like when the Airbnb host is, like, engaging or, like, waiting for you or
I just want them not to be there.
I want it to be, like, a hotel in that you're not interacting with people. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to check in like a hotel. Like, I just want to know the code.
And remember his book with all the rules?
Yeah, like, a lot of rules.
Way more that... No, not a lot of rules. This man had wrote a novel. I spent the whole of Saturday evening, once we had done our whatever we had done, reading rule. And it was COVID time.
Yes, it was.
And this why he had so many rules about don't do this, don't put this away, just leave this out, don't do that. So we didn't know whether to do the dishes or not, because my thinking behind that was he's not going to want us to do the dishes, not know if they're clean, and have them put away, because that's what all his other rules had said.
Yeah.
And there was no rule about the dishes. So it wasn't a lot, but we had a few dishes, and we did leave them because there was no rule and we weren't sure what we were supposed to do. So then as soon as we left, he slapped a huge, long, bad review on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good experience.
Yeah. On me, I guess, if that
Yeah.
it was me.
Well,
But
it's just your profile,
yeah.
but it was on us. But
anyway,
yeah, that was not a great one.
no.
But yeah, no, we've had quite the adventures, like doing different things. Or just
Deliveries.
Deliveries, yeah.
Getting into some sketchy areas where we're not sure if we're in the right neighborhood, or
Oh my gosh. Like,
people's dogs chasing us down the lane, or
or I don't know, driving down walking trails.
we have to go there, do we?
I don't know. Oh, we were doing a delivery
In Pictou County.
in Pictou County, and we do sometimes when we used to do deliveries together, like we would go, like this during COVID time, so I wasn't working, gas wasn't $1,000.
Yeah, we like to do the back roads.
Yeah, and like explore a little bit. So Tammy decided to go on her little map, like her little mappy map, and was like, "Oh, take this way, do this, turn this way." And we, mind you, we're in my in-laws' like white van, like caravan, like we are in a van or a minivan. We're in a van, and she's like, "Okay, turn left," and I'm like, "Okay, but this is like looking really narrow."
Then I look at my phone and it says
It's like
time to get home 18 hours and 5 minutes, and then I look at it and it's walking mode.
She basically took us down what I would describe as like an ATV trail.
It wasn't even an ATV trail. It was an old logging road from 1847.
And we had gone so far up, so this is the other thing about me. Like, I can back up
I can
a
remember
little bit,
this.
but like, I'm so I don't like to back up long distances.
This was... Okay, so we're on this narrow path, and I'm trying to find Megan a place where she can turn. So we find a good, solid place, and it's literally...
It must have been like 20-point turn.
155-point turn. Literally, Megan would go 1 inch ahead, 1 inch back, 1 inch ahead, 1 inch back, 1 inch ahead, 1 inch back.
don't know
Anyway,
how we
we
did it.
managed to get turned around, and we did manage to get back on the right track. But we discovered a lake. Remember that day?
We did,
A
yeah.
beautiful lake.
Oh my god! But that will forever be ingrained
Oh, yeah.
in my. Because she looked and she goes, "Oh,
18 hours
out. And then she's like, oh, I think I'm taking you a walking path. I'm taking you the walking way.
Who the hell uses a GPS as a walking path? Like, who's going to be walking from Pictou to Truro? Like, come on these roads.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
Oh my gosh.
There's been a lot of really
funny
experiences, yeah.
The other thing I was thinking about, which your cousin mentioned yesterday, was that the accessible spots in Keji.
Yes.
If you wanted to do something like that, that might be fun.
We could try that too.
We did like Keji. We had a lot of fun in Keji. Mm-hmm. But it might be a different experience now, right? Yeah. So I don't know how that would go over. Might be nice to get out of the province.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. If it wasn't so long, I would say something like Quebec. Mm-hmm. But it's such a long drive.
Yeah, because I'd love to do Quebec City.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
It's too bad, like, me, you, and Leo couldn't get in on something.
I probably could.
Maybe that's something we should consider. Like, because it wouldn't be much more to get, like, either an extra room or have a full futon or whatever.
A blow-up mattress or something.
Blow-up mattress or something. I don't know. Something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quebec City is really nice. I just worry about how accessible it is.
There's a lot of cobblestone streets and
oh yeah,
a lot of old buildings, so most of them are not accessible.
Yeah, but it'd be cheap to go in his car.
But there'd be no room for everything because my wheelchair would be in the trunk, and that would fill up the trunk.
Yeah, that's
and then
true.
one of us would have to sit in the back with the luggage.
Well, I've already been trapped in the back after that nightmare of a day. It was a good day, but my God. We went down for like a Christmas dinner with Candy and Kaya, her daughter and granddaughter. And so first of all, we like already had Christmas gifts that we've been exchanging. So her wheelchair is taking up like trunk.
The trunk space.
So we've got the back seat. So there's me, and then we've got two more people we have to put in the thing in the car.
Plus everybody's presents because we're all going out to supper to exchange gifts. So
and then we decide to go thrifting, and we find a lot of stuff at the first Frenchies. And then we get in the car, and this one over here. Oh, so we're going to Salvation Army now? And I looked at her, I said, I don't think we can fit anymore in this car. Oh, yes, no, we could. We could fit.
We could fit.
But,
that's why I live in a tiny house.
We didn't find anything in there anyway.
Tetris.
We didn't find anything in there anyway.
Yeah, no.
That was so funny.
It was all expensive stuff.
That was so funny. Oh, and Leo had to pee so bad. And I had to pee so bad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, we've had some adventures.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, that's something we could think about. And then New Brunswick, like if we did New Brunswick, we could do either like close to Moncton, maybe we could go see them, or we could go somewhere like Fredericton.
It's hard. I've tried in Moncton so many times to get anything accessible, and there was only that one place when I went up that one time with Leo, and we stayed in it, and it was supposedly accessible, but my wheelchair wouldn't fit down the hallway. So that was a problem. And the bathroom door was just barely wide enough for the wheelchair.
What was the casino like?
Beautiful. Very accessible.
Though.
Yeah, very expensive. Unless you're a casino buff and then you get coupons for nights at the casino. What I would ideally love is if we were going to stay in a hotel or something, it would be great to have a pool so that Kaya and Candy could come over and
well, if you stay in a hotel,
right?
Pool would be a necessary,
Yeah.
I love swimming so much. Yeah, those are some great options.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have to keep looking for, like, once I get back from my trip, we'll have to, like, really, like, dig into it.
I can start looking now that I know what we're looking for and find options. Is that him?
But I would look into, see if that is the nudist beaches.
It doesn't look like it. It now looks like it's just a regular campground. So
that would have been so much fun.
I'm not giving up on that thought. If
you
anybody
know,
out there knows, send us the info. We want the tea.
We want the tea. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to? Today's kind of a shorter episode, I guess. But
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add to our trip planning?
No, just that it was really nice of you to do that for me because it gives me something to look forward to, which I usually don't have. So that's really nice.
Right.
And I know that's why you did it.
Yeah.
So that I would have something to look forward to.
Yeah, and I was gonna, like, instead of doing the certificate, I was gonna get, like, an Airbnb gift card, but then I was like,
Nah.
if we can't find an Airbnb, or, for example, if we decided to do, like, the campground route or something, because that's the other thing, we could get a tent, or...
We definitely could, yeah.
Like, there's so many options, so, yeah, we can start thinking about it, and go away for a weekend, and... And the other thing is, if we plan it far enough ahead, we could even, if it's cheaper during the week, we can look at doing it during the week.
Yeah.
Because I can just take a couple days off.
Yep.
Yeah.
That works.
Anything else?
No, I was just thinking about all of those bad experiences. Not bad experiences, but experiences that we've had.
Yeah. Bad at the time, funny now.
Funny now, especially when the car broke down. I just remember your sweet little mom. She was so concerned about us, and she hurried and left her job and came and
picked us up
and changed cars. And
I think I think that's ultimately what ended up messing up my car, because so what had happened was I ended up getting it towed to a mechanic spot. I won't mention their name, but it's a popular chain. And they called and told me what the issue was, and it was it was like some sort of, not a screw, but like some sort of joint or some sort of whatever. And so they said this is what the issue, like a ball joint, or it wasn't that, but kind of similar. This is what the issue is, whatever, can I get it replaced? Yeah, sure. So they fixed it, but my car continued to have issues after that. And then when I took it to the official dealership, like the Kia dealership, because it was a Kia Soul, kind of find out they put the wrong size part in my car. And that likely had, because we're talking like it's like engine stuff that was happening.
Manifold, maybe?
I can't remember what it was. But yeah, it was the wrong, he called me from Kia and he was like, so I have the right part and I'm holding the part that you had in your car, and like the size difference is not great. He gave them both to me so I could see. Shout out to Kia in Truro, by the way. If you're dealing with them, they're amazing. I have no problem, even though I don't drive a Kia anymore. They are hands down amazing staff that will fight for their customers. I really enjoy them, so yeah, shout out to them. But yeah, no, I don't have anything else to add other than I'm kind of excited now. See what we can find.
And I'm excited to hear feedback from you guys, what you think.
Yeah.
If you know of a place that you think is cool, that we might enjoy, let us know. Or if you know of an Airbnb that's accessible, that's like not $400 a night.
Yes, please.
We're looking at $150 and under.
Yeah, well, that would be ideal. Yeah, 200 is fine. Like, yeah.
A night?
Well, it might be that.
No.
Tammy's like, no.
No, well, I just looked at that, what used to be the nudist beach, and their cabins are only $150 a night on high season.
that would be good.
So, yeah. I mean, it might be just a case of booking that now.
Yeah.
I want to go on vacation. Everyone else is going on vacation.
Fair. All right, lovebirds. That's another week down. We hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next Friday.
Taking up space, standing proud and tall. Our voice is strong, our stories to be heard. Challenging the stereotypes, flipping the world, the chronicle.